How my little book is, so we're going to do Simon X Slurpee Sally Part 4. Sorry, I'm sick. So let's get started. After Megan was started hitting Simon. Okay, so Sally was talking to Poe a lot. And then Simon just got mad, really mad, where she was always had to talk to Poe. And also Maggie wanted her to help wanted to Sally to help her with something. And Sally agreed. So Simon just wanted to go to talk to Baba. And then Sally just saw him, but she got a plan. But Mango just stand next to her, and then she was like, don't scare me like that. And Mango says, I'm watching you so you don't let him bathe you like last night. And Sally says, oh my god, that was yesterday. Sorry, I'm sick. And then Mango was like, yeah, I'm still protecting you. And then after Sally was talking to Mango, Simon just really just hugged her. And Mango was like, don't touch my bestie. Don't you dare. I'm about to hit you with the bat. After all the fights, Sally just patched up Mango. And Baby was patching up Simon. Sorry. Simon just slapped her butt. And Mango, and she was like, Simon! And Simon says, what? See you tonight on the date. And Mango's like, no, you gotta go back home. We gotta go back home. Because Billy Shake is extremely worried about you. And Sally says, okay, I'll just sneak out. After all the doing and Simon was sleeping, Sally saw Mango and picked her up and just left. After her home, Billy Shake was worried and everybody was worried about her. Sticky Licky was like, Sally, where were you? We were so worried. I thought you were missing. And Ron says, yes, we were worried about you, Sally. Did you something? What happened? Who hurt you? And Mango says, nobody. Simon banged her last night. And Billy Shakes, you just banged a nightmare critters? And Sally says, no, he did this to me because he have a crush on me. And after the morning, Simon woke up and Sally was not in the bed. He was crashing out. And he told Baby where was Sally at. And she didn't know where her at. Sorry. And then he told everybody, but they haven't not seen her. Until she was taken by Mango. After he burst out at the door, Billy said, okay, Simon, next time, knock the door. I don't want to fix this again. And Simon says, oh, I'm not here for you. I'm just here for Sally. And Sally literally blushed out of her. And then Simon says, hey, honey, you want to go home? And Sally says, okay. And Mango's like, no, you just got back home. No, don't leave us like this. And Sally says, it's okay, Mango. I'll come back. And after they left, they went to Simon's house. Simon got a really idea. And Simon's like, what are you looking at, Simon? And Simon says, I think you could wear the maid outfit with a leash on it. Sally blushed and then she agreed. And after that, she put a maid outfit and a leash on it. Simon says, come here. in my lap. And Sally did. After they were kissing each other, loving each other. After that, Sally changed to the new clothes and take off the leash. And then went outside. She saw Poe. And also Poe wanted to talk to her something about his crush. And Sally says, "Who is it?" And Poe says, "It was one of your friends. You know the bird?" And she realized, "You mean Barely?" Poe says, "Yes, I do have a crush on her." And Sally says, "You do have a crush on my best friend?" And then Simon just hit on the tree, got extremely jealous, and broke the drink. And Poe's like, I gotta go. And Sally says, "Bye, Poe." And after Simon just grabbed her hips, and Sally says, "Simon, what are you doing?" And then Simon says, "I don't want you to have been talking to Paul a lot, man." And Sally's like, "No, he was talking about me of his crush." And Simon says, "Oh, you have a crush?" "Yeah, it was one of my friends," Sally said. And also Simon believed her and let her go. And Raby Baby showed up. And she wanted Sally something. She said, "Hello, Simon, I'm going to take your girlfriend." And Simon says, "No, she's mine." And they were all fighting for her. Papa Chops, Alistair, Tootie, Iggy Licky, and Maggie were so exhausted. So and then Tootie's like, "Oh my god, they never go back to Mexico. Why does Simon do that every time?" And Maggie says, I agree with you, Tootie. I don't know why they're always like this. Icky Licky was like, "I would have raised Sally if I would have won." And Alistair says, "I don't care." Tootie says, "Of course you don't care. You look like you've been built a monster." And Alistair said, "You want to find out?" And Tootie says, "Nothing." And after all that, Mango saw Simon and Raby Baby fighting over Sally. He got worried and went down there. And he's like, all right, bring it up. Give my friend a break." And after Sally just told him what happened last night, he just went this. "Oh my god, I have glasses now. You say you're 6 for me, and now I'm going to tell Bob, but I'm going to tell Billy Shay what you did." And Sammy says, "No, don't." And Mango says, I don't want to tell if you come back home safely with us." And then Simon says, "Now she's my girl." And then Mango says, "No, she's my friend." And Simon just threw into the tree and shouted. And Mango was like, "Damn, he's drunk. He looks like he was jealous." And Tootie says, "Okay, I never want to ask him to go back to Mexico now." And Sally wanted to go help Mango, but Simon just carried her and went to his house. And she told everybody to go spy on him, but Baba Chaz refused not to do that. But Raby Baby did not care. She just put her on the rope, and she's like, "Let me go!" And Raby Baby says, "No, shut up." And Baba Chaz says, "All right." And Maggie and Mango got Poe. After they went into Simon's house, he closed the door behind her and pinned her down into the wall. And they saw the whole thing. And Mango was there too. He was like, oh my god, I have enough. I'm gonna go save my bestie right now. And then and then Mango burst out the door and took Sally. And Simon just wanted to fight over her. And everybody, she was starting to scream. She said, enough! Mango got scared and Simon just stand there. And Sally just covered her mouth. And Raby Baby never seen Sally got mad before. And Baba Chop says, wow, that's like a credible voice that you yelled. And Sally says, sorry, every time I don't like this, I feel uncomfortable, so that's why I did that. And Mango was like, sorry, are you still mad at me? Sally says, no, you're fine. And Simon says, are you still mad at me? And Sally says, yes. And Simon just stand there. And then Sally says, it's okay, I'm just joking. And then Mango had to tell her something about Billy Shake. He told us to go back home. And Sally says, okay. And she waved everybody goodbye until Simon just gave her a kiss and then to goodnight. And Tootie says, they should have get a room. And Baba and Raby Baby just hit him with the stick and then watched the whole thing. And Baba Chop was like, you just hit him with the stick. And Maggie Mango says, is he okay? Tootie, are you okay? I hope you're dead. And Alistair says, don't care. Poe's like, okay, let me go bury him in a graveyard. And that's all today. Oh, wait, and Iggy like, okay, he died. I don't care.